Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Gregory here from Kinobody.com, and in this video we're going to talk about really customizing your Kinobody journey. Because people who have been following me for any length of time, they know I talk about those three different levels of physiques. The lean, wiry warrior physique, the more muscular, solid Greek god physique, and the really developed, well-muscled superhero physique. And if you want to think of examples of each. Brad Pitt in Fight Club's that like traditional warrior physique, and Brad Pitt in Troy or Daniel Craig in Casino Royale is like that more muscular Greek god physique. And then as far as superheroes concerned, that's like your Henry Cavill in Man of Steel, your Chris Hemsworth in Thor, your Chris Evans in Captain America. So there's three different levels of natural physique development that you can work through. And so people ask me, Greg, what course should I follow? Should I do your Greek God program? Should I do your superhero program? Or should I do your warrior shredding program? And these are all great questions. And we're going to kind of uncover exactly what process you should undergo to get to your long-term goal. And so ultimately, if you're someone that has fat to lose, if you're someone that's over 15% body fat, is still has a way to go before their abs are going to be really visible, then you want to get lean first. You always want to get cut first. The bottom line is you're going to look way better with a lower body fat percentage than any amount of muscle. That's why guys like Cam Gigandi, Never Back Down, can turn heads even though he's like a $155 at 6 feet tall. So ultimately, you want to lean down first. And as far as body fat percentage is concerned, well, body fat percentage is very hard to track or get measured accurately unless you want to spend a lot of money doing advanced tests. So I just use the waist measurement. Ideally, measure your waist first thing in the morning around belly button level, and you want to get that to about no more than 45% of your height. So someone that's like 5'10", you're going to want to get to like, close to 31 inches, 31, 32 inches. If you have your waist set around there, you're going to be at a lower body fat. When you build some muscle, you're going to look fantastic. So ultimately, if you have fat to lose, I would start the warrior shredding program. The first step would be to get really lean and develop that warrior physique, because you'll achieve the warrior physique if you lean down strategically, properly, with solid macros, and you get really strong in the gym with reverse pyramid training. Then, really the next step would be to start putting on the muscle. And if you still have a long way to go to progress on your lifts, like if you're still doing body weight chin-ups or chin-ups with like 20, 30 pounds, and if you're still incline bench pressing less than your body weight, well, you're going to want to do the Greek God program and really focus on bringing up these key lifts, because that's what it's honed in on. Someone that isn't advanced, you're going to make incredible fast strength gains on that Greek God program, working on, building up your key lifts, and that's going to translate to really solid, dense muscle size. Someone that is pretty strong already and they're, decently lean, you're set and you can do, the superhero bulking program, and that's going to really milk a ton of muscle growth out of each workout, because you're implementing a strategy known as mega training, minimum effort growth acceleration. And that's going to incorporate the reverse pyramid training for hard, dense, strong muscle gains, and then the lighter rest pause pump work to really milk out a lot of muscle growth from lighter weights, lighter movements. And that's going to take your physique from a really hard, dense, solid look to just turning heads, incredible muscle fullness, size, roundness, just a crazy superhero physique like the Chris Evans. And so that's the process that I would recommend. Lean down first while building strength, then take your key lifts and your strength to a whole new level, and then start incorporating the reverse pyramid training with the rest pause training in a phase-oriented protocol, where you bring up your chest and back to get that really solid upper body size. Then you bring up the shoulders to get that roundedness and really get the shoulders to pop. And then you bring up the arms. That's going to kick ass. But I do have questions from people that have been following my programs for a while, and they're like, Greg, I know how to lean down. I have my nutrition stuff handled, but I still have fat to lose. But I really want to try your superhero program. And you can adapt it if you're going to cut. And I've done this for myself when I had some fat to lose and I wanted to follow the program. Simply, what you do is you just, instead of doing 3 sets of reverse pyramid training exercises, you just do 2. So if you're doing incline bench press and you're going to do your first set 4 to 6, second set 6 to 8, last set 8 to 10, well, because you're on lower calories, your recovery is going to be reduced. So I would cut out that last set of reverse pyramid training and and that will work fine. You know, you'll still gain some muscle, but you obviously won't build muscle as fast as if you're doing the 3 sets and taking in more calories. But it can work if you want to try a different routine. And then the superhero program will work well if you're cutting, if you reduce the volume like that, because then like maybe let's say you're pretty happy with your muscle size, you just want to lean down and get more size on your shoulders, then you could do the superhero shoulder phase while you lean down, and then when you're leaning down and you focus really on one muscle group and maintaining everything else, you'll see a difference. So you can adapt that superhero workout if you're cutting. The only thing is I don't really talk about fat loss in the program, so you'd have to use different. You'd have to like either read some of my articles on setting your calories for fat loss, or you'd have to like use one of my other programs, Warrior Shredding program or my aggressive fat loss program. So you'd have to stick to a calorie deficit if you want to lose fat on my superhero program, and you'd have to cut back the volume. And then like I know a lot of people want to follow the program, but simply they just are not strong enough. They haven't been training enough. They probably like and the real answer is like, look, if you're a beginner, any decent program is going to just kick ass for you. So I would rather see someone who's a beginner really focus on rapidly increasing their key lift, because for the superhero program, it's not meant to gain 15 pounds on your lifts every month. Because as like me, for example, when I'm benching 315 pounds, there's no way in hell I'm going to add 15 pounds a month. Otherwise, in 4, 5, 6 months, I'd be like at 500 pounds. It's just not going to happen. Or I'd be at 400 pounds. It's just not going to happen. Once you get close to your maximum muscle or your maximum strength potential, or your maximum muscular potential, you have to allow for much slower strength gains. And for that reason, if you have a lot of strength to build, hitting up my Greek God program, people have been hitting me up telling me they've gained 50 pounds in a few months on their chin-ups. So it's crazy. So that's what I would do. And so I mean, at least spend some like 4 or 6 months building up your key lifts, getting like strong and dense, and then milking out the size. God, do I have any other questions about this? So I mean, you really just want to customize customize this to yourself. And look, some people don't want to get the huge superhero physique, right? But maybe they still have 5 pounds of muscle they want to add, or 8 pounds of muscle, or 10 pounds, but they don't want to be massive. Well, if you want to build muscle quickly and you already have good strength, well, going on my superhero program for a few months will do the trick. You won't want to spend the whole year doing it, but just a few months. And so let's say you're someone that doesn't want to get huge, but your arms have just been stubborn as hell, or your chest has been stubborn as hell, and so you're happy with most of your muscle size, but you just want to catch up a couple groups. Well, I address 4 different phases to strategically build your body. So you can be like, you know what, I'm just going to hit this phase, and that will help you get to your goal. As well, the program really addresses the lifestyle stuff, making this fitness stuff enhance your lifestyle, which is so huge. So, after watching this video, you're going to have to determine which is the best path to go. And definitely, ultimately, if you're not really lean right now, get lean. That's why I talk about getting lean so much on my blog, because it makes such a huge difference. So if you guys want to learn more about my superhero program and you think it's a good fit for you, well, I have the superhero program right here. Just click the box, and I'll take you over to the site, and you can just read all about it. And if you want to get it, go for it. If not, that's cool. I got a lot of free tips on my blog you guys can check out. And guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Get started on your Kinobody Physique journey, and let's start doing some work. Take care.